Pump it up. The song's great.
Hello.
What's up, bro?
How's it going?
It's going all right. How goes it for you?
It's going all right. I'm still. I told you about my whole soundbar thing, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to find the right one for me. Not how. Oh, God damn it. That's an ongoing saga.
You got rid of your other one?
The other one bit the dust, and the one that I got to replace it was even worse than my old one. I didn't pop chat out. Shit. So how's it going for you? How's your day?
Oh, great.
That doesn't sound like a great.
No, it's fine. Just a normal day.
I forgot there was Bloodborne tonight.
Brubsborn is...
Should have taken a nap.
I took a nap. I needed to.
Should have taken a nap for me.
I probably did. I woke up in the middle of it, so I technically took 2 naps. How was your day, son, bro?
Not bad. Not bad. I'm trying to think of anything even remotely interesting that happened. I went to Best Buy like twice and swapping out sound bars because I wasn't happy with them. So that's pretty much the only thing I did today other than work.
What's bad about the sound bars? Like why?
Either like not sounding as good, or like some of them won't. Like this one wouldn't let me adjust, like even the treble, which was weird. So I thought it needed to be adjusted, and then
Can you just like go into Windows and set the treble on all sounds going to the device?
I guess so, but just none of them all have like things that I like about them. Like some of them have shitty remotes and stuff, and like some sound good with music, and others only sound good when it's like dialogue, like YouTube or whatever. I care more about the music than I do about like YouTube audio. And then like, trying like optical versus HDMI and stuff. It's been a thing. I guess I may not be getting any Justin today.
Maybe not.
He's gonna carry us. Oh, I got bumped.
Still not fully warmed up. I watched a video about God, what video game was it? Now I forget. THQ Nordic.
That's the Darksiders guys, right?
Yeah.
And the gang. Shit. Saints Row, I believe.
Is it? No deep silvers Saints Row. I don't know if that. I don't know. That's the only.
THQ is a publisher.
Right.
I think Deep Silver might have been the developer, but I'm not sure.
I don't know. I don't know those facts very well.
They're like, you know, it's kind of like AA instead of AAA kind of area.
I was gonna hit that, and our teammate left.
Wow.
I was on the other side of that. I was like, I can't. If I hit that, it's going in anyway, so I just won't hit it. They went on to 8chan and did an AMA.
Why?
I don't know.
Why not just do Reddit?
I don't know.
Oh, what a pass. God damn. I'm not fast enough. So how did it go?
You know, as terribly as one would think. Meep! First.
Hi, Meep.
I guess you were first, weren't you?
Yeah, I
doing,
didn't
Meep?
talk anything. Enjoy that. Enjoy all the benefits that come with being first.
Is that hentai site that I'm on? They put a star next to the first comment. Or like a trophy or some shit, I forget what it is. Oh, I tapped it a little bit. I don't have boost though. So, you're doing?
I watch hentai for the comments.
Yeah. I just like to go in to see what, like, because people, some comments just make me laugh, and they're not, like, meant to be funny. Like, one person will be like, wow, fuck this guy. He was a real asshole to that girl. I'm like, man, it's a cartoon. Like, who the fuck cares? They had sex.
White knighting,
yeah.
animated girl. Ah, shit.
But this thing. So the people called the No, they changed their branding, I think, to like Inside Gaming. So, oh, I tapped it too.
Shit. Oh, I got bumped. Oh god, they bumped me into teammate.
He still managed
Still
to save
saved it.
Oh, they missed. Everyone's missing. So they had a thing there. One of the first posts they mentioned was one guy posted, "Where the big titty lollies at?" And it had, I can't. That's really fast. I can't.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, that had power. 88. Jesus.
That was fast.
So, of course, they had a picture of some lolicon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this Inside Gaming news people, they said, I don't have that. They said they called it. One user posted underage porn.
Oh god.
I was like, don't fucking call lolicon underage porn. Like, yes, it's technically underage people.
Or at least appearance of.
Yeah, appearance of underage people. But they're cartoons.
That's because that's like one of the few things 8chan would actually ban, I believe, isn't it?
I'm not sure, but probably, yeah. I would assume
I can't
so.
imagine that like the servers could stay up if they were hosting illegal content.
Yeah. Like, it's not
so
actual
you basically
children.
You just accuse them of a crime, is my point.
Yeah, and which, I guess, if they said child pornography, it would have been accusing them of a crime, and I guess, like, the fact that underage porn isn't technically, I guess, maybe the legal definition, I'm not sure. But whatever the case, it sounds like you're calling it something else than it actually is.
Yeah, it is a tad misleading. Oh shit.
Especially because, like,
it's a tad. Just a tad.
just a smidge. One is a drawing of
The difference between like the FBI being called or not. Oh no. God, what a shot.
You've always heard that lolly is basically child porn? No. Lollies hint, like, drawings of, like, girls that look underage.
As far as the law is concerned, it's like two separate things. It's pixels on a screen versus actual children being
Yeah.
used. So my point is that that's like a pretty serious accusation.
To me, it's basically the difference between you shooting a man in a video game versus you going in real life and shooting a person. Like,
Yeah. And we're not saying that like you should be like okay with it. Like if you find it gross, you find it gross. But like it's kind of like rape fantasies are like a thing, even though that is illegal in real life. Yeah. That's like there's a distinction there.
Yeah, like
so it's not that like you should be okay. Like if you have a problem with it, you have a problem with it. But it's as far as like what the legality should be.
I think morally, there's no problem with it. Is I think what we're trying to say.
Morally is also is a whole separate argument as well.
But because yeah, one affects actual people, the other one's a goddamn drawing.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like, you can literally have the same exact anime character and have it be defined as an older person, but they look kind of young. And then you could have another frame that they're defined as young, and they would be the exact same anime drawing. It doesn't make a difference.
That's the thing, is it's hard for there to be any objective truth there when it's not an actual person. Like a person has like an objective age.
And you also can't like say it's disgusting that it's that the person looks young, because then there'd be people who have significant others that still get carded when they're buying cigarettes, and you would say that they are potentially morally wrong for having that girlfriend. So
it's that's an interesting debate there.
It's like you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that. Like the person you're with. Oh no.
Because the whole legality behind child porn is the fact that like you're psychologically damaging a child by doing it.
And that 100% absolutely should be illegal. Like, we're definitely not arguing that.
Yeah,
there's no question. God damn.
That's no good, to put it lightly. But like, an adult is considered someone who can handle that psychologically, or can make the decision for themselves on whether or not they want to be put into that situation in the first place. So, but
yeah, if no actual child is involved in any step of the process, then morality becomes kind of a more gray area, in my opinion.
And we've talked about the edge cases before, where it's like, well, if you make a hyper-realistic drawing of a person that actually exists, then that could negatively affect their lives. So
yeah. If it's that's why I was saying, like, if a child isn't involved at any stage whatsoever, then that's when it becomes a little more gray. But if got him.
Yeah, so that was one of the things that they said in that. And so the person had to go onto Twitter, because their response to that, to where the big titty lolly's at, was well, it looks like you already got some.
See, that's, as a company, you should just not respond to that at all. You should just ignore that.
Well,
I've read quite a few AMAs on Reddit, and there are certain questions that you just ignore, because then you can't have a bad response if you just don't answer it. You're
Yeah,
not obligated to answer literally every question asked of you.
and it's also like they just shouldn't have gone to 8chan in the first place.
Oh well,
Just,
yeah, that's very obvious.
But that response looks like you already have some. Doesn't mean much of anything. Like, it, as like. So they went on to Twitter and they had to clarify that they do not support child porn. I was like, well, of course you don't.
God damn it.
Like a fucking like, again, like, for one, you didn't say, yeah, I'm into that. For
God, you beat
two,
both of us.
again, it's a drawing. Like, if you're into rape porn, that doesn't.
Actual child porn was not brought up at any stage, I hope.
Yeah, as far as that news article says, no.
And see, the thing is, the dude saying where the big titty lolly's at was trying to be silly and like, edgy and funny, and they were responding in a way that was like, we're in on it. We're silly too. We're part of the cool crowd, which is just a weird thing to court when you're a company.
Yeah.
What were they promoting, by the way? Usually with an AMA, they've got like something they want to announce or like a game that they're advertising or whatever.
I don't remember.
Oh, teammate. No, we needed a better touch than that. Oh, god damn. That's you.
That's you.
Oh, come on. Oh! That would have been the greatest pass in the world.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was not prepared for such a thing.
Come on. Got in front of the net. Shit!
Go for it, teammate, please.
Oh my god. Oh. No, we don't deserve it.
Yep, I don't. It's a. God, there was a couple other things that they.
Why would you go to HN?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I think they just wanted to do something different, maybe. I don't know. They said that there was a guy. That one guy said a guy named Mark had their backs or whatever. Like, he was a moderator over there, and he got him. He would help him out with all the bad stuff.
Fuck.
And and apparently Mark didn't help out.
Way to go, Mark. Yeah, that's another thing I've seen in a lot of AMAs is that there'll be like one person that is answering the questions and one person like knows how Reddit works that will kind of like read the responses and stuff.
Yeah.
Do all the typing, responding to. Some people find Reddit to be very confusing.
Yeah, Ricky at work. I think he finally gets it after all this time.
I still can't get comments, auto hide child comments on. It's like it's broken after the new Reddit redesign.
Oh.
I have RES, and it's check marked, and I've tried uncheck marking it and recheck marking it, but it's no good. Because I really like that feature. That's one of the reasons I really like doing it on mobile.
I don't have that auto hide child comment thing.
Because it's kind of like hear all the best. It's like here's all the comments, and then if a comment is interesting to me, I'll click on it and see what where like the thread went from there, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas when it initially loads, it's like 30 replies to that first comment. And if I don't care about that first comment, I got to scroll a really long ways to see what the next best comment was, kind of thing. That's just why I like it. Now, obviously, I could, you know, collapse that top one. But I'd rather they were pre-collapsed. It used to work, but like I said, it got broke with the new Reddit redesign. Was there anything else from the AMA that was?
I don't remember, unfortunately. I watched the video on it like yesterday and forgot about it.
Yeah, I've been meaning to talk about the Armored Skeptic video. I had a lot of interesting things to say, and I've forgotten most of them now because I waited too long to bring it up.
I forget what his video was about.
It was about YouTube
Oh.
shutting down conspiracy theory videos.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have had that. So, yes. How's it going, Angel?
Hey, Joel. What you doing?
Need an ass to be a shitter. I remember that. He was saying, like YouTube wants to take away videos that have alternative medicine that we know doesn't work.
Yeah.
I'm totally okay with that.
Yeah, bad medical advice that isn't like proven.
This is boring, GG. Fucking hell.
Why? Because you're not winning? Like, what the fuck?
And I love that he typed it so that we all know why he's leaving.
Yeah.
So bad medical drugs on YouTube. I can hear you typing now. Shit. How's your day, Angel? How's things going?
Yeah, how's life, Angel? Yeah, and like the bad medical advice, it's like you can give bad medical advice and kill a person, right? Like that's no good.
It's okay, I guess. I feel that.
My day was so like neutral that I guess that's where I'm at too.
You know, I wasn't hit by a bus today.
Yeah,
so
I didn't
it
die.
could have been a lot worse.
I wasn't sent to jail, so you know what?
Not a single family member died that I know of.
Oh,
So it could have been a little better, I guess, is what I'm saying.
mine
You know,
kind of
that
wasn't
we're-
like that. My sister's dog died this morning, so that's no good. Like legit. They don't know why he died. He was bleeding out in the garage, but he was pretty old.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah. They said he was sick like last month,
God.
but
You need to be careful of the last pack.
yeah, he was like sick last month, but he was doing fine. And then last night he wasn't feeling good, and then this morning, or whatever, I don't exactly know the timeline. He was he was just they put him out in the garage, and then he was just like bleeding out or some shit.
I just realized that I said yes, like after you said he was bleeding out, and that sounded awful, but I was saying yes to my goal, not to the bleeding out.
Tomorrow you're going to town for your birthday shopping trip. Nice, people.
Enjoy your birthday.
Have you figured out what game you're buying yet? I know you've been flip-flopping. So yeah, they don't know what happened.
That's really sad.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably 10 years old. Maybe he's a real big dog. So like, yeah.
You're gonna buy Smash just because? Oh, you're not. You're gonna get Bayonetta instead of Smash because of Bayo? You know there is like porn of Bayonetta. You don't have to make a purchasing decision based on your sex drive. Not that I have ever done that or anything. Not that I watched an entire season of Doctor Who because of the actress in it.
Depends on how much time you'll get out of it too. I don't know how much time you'll get out of it, so that's how much fun you'll have with it.
God, me and Rogue were on the same connection.
Me personally, like Bayo's like a 10-hour game if you play through it like once. For 1 and 2, both probably 10-hour games, maybe less. Depends on how many times you play through it, and if you play the different weapon options and junk.
Yeah, you could play Bayonetta, you could play Smash Bros. Until you're old and gray.
But I played Metal Gear Rising, which is a 10-hour game. I played that for probably 40 hours, so... But I'll definitely be getting more time out of Smash, personally.
Oh my god, I swear, Rogue and I are just same wavelength.
Yeah, the Switch versions is both 1 and 2, yeah.
What a shot.
They easily ported because that was on Wii U, is basically that, so it's easy for them to port it over.
My phone screen is way too small for enjoyment of the lewds. Totally just stole this from me.
On the YouTube getting rid of or not recommending whatsoever conspiracy vids, I definitely don't agree with it.
I'm okay with conspiracy videos being less likely to be recommended. That doesn't bother me.
Less likely is I'm kind of fine. I mean, I guess it depends.
Ooh, naked in preparation to summon a demon. I wouldn't mind seeing that. It sounds interesting.
It's video game naked, right? So it doesn't show.
Yeah.
Right.
In-game sexiness is usually not as good.
Yeah. At least to me.
If you're YouTube and like this whole flat earth thing has really taken off lately, and you know that the vast majority, you know that a large portion of people were first influenced by a YouTube video. That is the breeding ground for this movement that is just flat wrong. Got it in there. Yeah, I wouldn't want my brand being associated with that, and it's picking up steam, which is crazy.
Steam confirmed to have teammate. Why'd you leave goal?
Steam is very clearly flat earthers.
Teammate, why were you right behind me?
Teammate got our joke. Why is he being flat? Your teammate got your joke. He's got bad ping. I'm not sure why teammate got our joke.
Maybe a quick chat came up at. All right.
Oh, he said I got it. Oh, that's pretty funny.
He's gonna have it for me. I'm just gonna Act like I'm challenging.
Shit, I thought we were blue team. I was reading the chat from the blue players. I was like, they said nice shot and thanks? What does that have to do with anything?
Well, I tried to... I read that anyway, just in case Angel potentially thought it was a part of our team when it wasn't. And I got confused, and then I saw that I got it. But like, as the Armor Skeptic guy said, you know, you gotta have shitty information out there, potentially, to, you know, so you can criticize it and shit.
Like, yeah, he's saying, like, if it's not out in the open, then it just pushes them underground and they can radicalize there, but I don't know. I feel like that could be possible, but I also feel like I just watched that documentary on Flat Earthers and how these two YouTubers in particular are a big reason why it has spread so much lately and why people are showing up at this Flat Earth convention. Like, I kind of feel like it being out in the open has led to it spreading more so than if it was closed off. And again, that's not... I'm only arguing here whether it would help or hurt its growth. I'm not saying whether it's good or bad yet. I haven't gotten that far. But he made the argument that not allowing it would take it underground and make it worse. And I'm not sure if I agree with that. Like, I've heard that after Alex Jones got booted off of Twitter and everything, that you know, he's had way less traffic to his site, you know, and that's way less conspiracy theory stuff going on there like that.
Oh
shit. Because as huge of a proponent of free speech that I am, YouTube is not the government.
Mm-hmm.
They are allowed to do whatever they want. Now, whether they should or not is the argument we're having. Whether YouTube should favor free speech more, because there's obviously the slippery slope argument. You know, they take down flat Earth people now. What if they take down like atheists next? It's like, oh, now it's something that everyone else finds just as disagreeable. But something, you know, when it's your topic that you like.
Yeah, that's the one thing that the main thing I'm worried about is, like, you take it down, and then who's to say that this other thing that won't be considered a conspiracy theory, even though it's like...
Oh, you're talking about the Streisand effect, Angel. When you try to cover something up, it draws attention to it. No! And I think that's something, but at this point, Flat Earth has grown already. That I don't know if people would see it necessarily as a cover-up as much as just YouTube not wanting that shit. I'm not. You see, here's the thing: is I'm not 100% sold either. How's it going at night? I'm not 100% on either side right now. This is something I haven't made up my mind on. Because I do like companies to take a strong stance on free speech. But I also don't like the way that he said Flat Earth is not hurting anyone. Because yeah, no one's like advocating for murder in Flat Earth. But you've got like kids. There's like a 12-year-old at this Flat Earth convention that, you know, got out of school that day because his parents wanted to take him to the Flat Earth thing, and now this kid is now going to school thinking that all of his teachers are lying to him when they say you're on a globe spinning at 1,000 miles an hour. He's like, they're lying about that. What else could they be lying to me about? Vaccines, evolution, climate change, all of this stuff. It primes you to be more gullible for other things when you think that that NASA is a lie and that all these government agencies around the world are lying to you.
I mean, the people are... prone
Oh, at
to.
night, this is typical stuff. You just managed to avoid it up till now. We like talking about shit. Was it Savage, teammate?
Yeah, the like I said, the main thing that I hate is like the what else, slippery slope or whatever. What else could they ban and consider it a conspiracy theory, right?
Well, we agree on bad medical stuff, right? Because like
Yeah.
that gets people killed.
That can hurt people.
So we're already having to draw a line somewhere. We've already decided we're drawing a line. So right now we're drawing it at physical harm, and then of course there's because if there are like legitimate conspiracy things that started out as conspiracy theories that ended up being true. Like, you look at the Edward Snowden stuff. Like, turns out the NSA really was spying on Americans that hadn't done anything wrong. Oh, I had a goal there, teammate.
Teammate! The fuck, dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't. North Korea is a whole separate topic that we're not really addressing right now, but I would say that North Korea is very unlikely to give up their nukes because that's like that's literally the only power they have. They're starving. Their people are destitute. The only reason people don't just take advantage of them is because of nukes. So, like, that's the only reason they're allowed it. The bargaining tip. God damn. It's the only reason they get a seat at the negotiation table. So they're not likely to give those up anytime soon.
Part of you thinks that if you're stupid enough to listen to alt med, then it's just Darwinism. You know, I
can't say I agree with that at all.
I partly agree, but it's also like the fact that people are like selling it, you know what I mean? They're like they're being convincing. Like the whole point is them trying to convince you. So like
there's a whole bunch of people that are raised with bad ideas and they're taught bad reasoning to begin with, and so they have a harder time recognizing bad logic when they see it on YouTube, for example. And you're like, well, you're dumb enough to fall for it. It's like, well, it's not. That may not entirely be their fault. If they're some 15-year-old that was taught bad things by their parents, you know, that person is a victim of your Darwinism just as much as the 80-year-old grandma that is just stuck in her ways, kind of thing.
oh damn.
Won't someone think of the children?
Yeah, plus kids. They might use the alt medicine on their kids.
Mm-hmm. It's not just the dumbass grandma that sees the YouTube video and is convinced, but the whoever that person has control over. I've missed a lot of chat, and I apologize. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the anti-vaxxers. Yeah, we mean like homeopathy at night. By the way, I didn't say hi at night, but hi at night.
Yeah, the vaccines thing is the good point, because then it's not just, well, you were dumb enough to believe it, so you're hurting yourself. You're hurting other people that weren't dumb enough to believe it. Whereas, that's kind of the argument I was making about that, is like people, whoever you have power over. But even if you only don't vaccinate yourself, even if you don't have kids, you can still fuck over other people by not getting vaccinated.
There was somebody I knew who was like talking about the flu shot. They're like, why should I get the flu shot? I never get the flu. I'm like, well, it's so you can not get the flu in case you might. Like, and she's and like, and plus, you know, it's to not help not spread the flu.
Oh my god. Not saying it's a good thing and they should die. I know that. I get that. But you were saying, like, if they're dumb enough to believe it, then that's Darwinism. Like, what can you do about it if they were dumb enough to believe it? I'm saying, like, well, it's more than just, oh, well, they were dumb enough to believe it. I didn't say you thought it was a good idea that they die.
I still think...
doesn't care that much.
I still think a lot of anti-vaxxers' reasonings is they're just so strange. Like,
their own affections affect other people. Yeah. I knew that you would think that, like, if it affects other people that it doesn't matter. And I was just trying to, like, kind of point that out, something that you might have overlooked, that, like, other people could be at stake. So it does kind of matter more than just one person. I wasn't trying to call you a monster. Your defense sucks. Up it. We have given up 3 goals. 4 goals. We have given up 4 goals.
I like it when people say, like, whenever I take a vaccine I get sick. It's like, well, did you really though actually get the flu when you took a vaccine? Like, or did you just kind of feel under the weather for a couple of days and you couldn't, like, suck it up for those 2 days because your body still oh my god, your body was still fighting an infection, kind of, or what it thinks is an infection. And so it's like, well, I'm gonna feel a little shitty for a little bit.
God damn it.
Because that's what you're...
People act like when they say, like, a vaccine is actually giving you that, like, a small amount of that disease. It's like a ludicrously small amount. Like, the kind of thing, like, you fight off stuff like that every day. So
also,
like, getting a
they're like,
from what I know, like, getting that vaccination is, like, almost nothing compared to what you deal with every single day.
They're also, a lot of times the viruses are disabled, so they only have a protein shell and they don't actually have God damn it.
My point being that if you felt bad after getting the vaccine, that's, like, a coincidence. It's totally unrelated, most likely.
Well,
it's not even...
I wouldn't say it's unrelated, because your body, like, still, some of these vaccines force your body to go into an autoimmune response. And so they start your body to, like, I need to...
depends on the vaccine.
Yeah, I need to fight a thing.
And ban virus.
Just kill me.
Yeah, I'm obviously talking out of my ass here, but I was just saying that, like, if you get sick, it's not even a guarantee that it's because of the vaccine you just got.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of that is that's a logical fallacy. Is it post hoc? That's what it's called. After this, therefore, because of this.
Yeah, after this. Mm-hmm.
Post hoc, ergo propter hoc. And people's self-medical diagnoses are just fucking nuts.
So what is to be gained from allowing, like, if YouTube wants to ban shitty alternative medicine stuff, the thing to be gained from that is that it's more likely that less people are going to buy into that bullshit or even know about it. What is to be gained from them not banning it? We get an environment that is like closer to complete freedom of speech, which is a good thing.
I mean, again, potentially you're not covering something up to potentially give them fuel. You're not potentially starting a slippery slope that could ban other videos that could just be considered a conspiracy because they're unverified facts. even though somebody's just discussing a thing, right? Like, because he brought up the point that, like, oh, well, when we talk about it, this could be the reason why this person's doing that. That could be considered a conspiracy. Because...
So I guess...
Fuck, he hit me.
We're just saying, like, it has the potential to be abused, but that hasn't actually happened, as far as I know.
Right, I mean, it hasn't happened, but YouTube's thing, like, has barely begun, so it hasn't had a chance to happen.
I'm not arguing against, I was just, like, pointing out, like, that the slippery slope thing is arguing that something could happen, not that like this is a direct result of this action. It is something that YouTube could take advantage of.
Yeah.
Because I'm still mostly on the fence on this topic. I'm leaning pretty heavily towards being okay with them banning medical stuff. That is bullshit.
I'm 100% for that.
And I'm kind of okay with anti-flat earth stuff as well. But I can see good arguments about why they should allow it. I kind of think if I was in charge of YouTube, I would have by now. I would have like taken down some channels. But maybe I'm a tyrant. I don't know, I liked the thing where they would put like a Wikipedia link on some that were conspiracy theories, because it's not like we're getting rid of your video, but we're also allowing people to have like a source of information.
Yeah,
more reliable. I liked that idea.
I'm fine with a Wikipedia article, and like the one guy said, oh well, they would put that on videos that weren't even conspiracy theories, and it's like, yeah, but so
that doesn't. Who does that hurt?
Yeah, like they're putting the correct information under something that has correct information or something. Who cares?
Yeah, that's not a big deal to me at all.
Shadow banning is a great tool. Maybe like that's very elaborate.
In a perfect world, bans would only apply to ideas that are verifiably false, but then of course you'd have people saying you can't trust. Yeah. Because Flat Earth is one that's just, it's so obvious. But, you know, where do you draw the line at, like, so obvious?
Yeah,
like, I'm 99.9% sure that 9/11 wasn't an inside job, but that's not something I can go verify myself, like the Flat Earth. So, I mean, do we suddenly, you know, is that one an okay one to allow conspiracy videos on?
I think, literally, like, if you have obviousness as a factor, then you can't really draw a line, because that's all entirely subjective. So,
Sunbrosif greater than Ruashua. I do way more than him, I bet. So I am actually greater than.
because he scored a goal?
Yeah, his 4 saves don't mean anything. How dare you compliment me? Wow, we're losing this one.
It's not a good Rocket League day today.
It's not? I feel like there's been some moments of greatness.
Yeah,
I've been talking a lot, so I haven't been... Like, yesterday I was trying real hard. and difficult. Today I'm just, I'm thinking more than I'm playing.
There's some good moments, like in between matches. We weren't losing.
Yeah. So then there was some other stuff I didn't like about what he said. He brought up Joe Rogan talking about talking to the CEO of Twitter and how like he wasn't harsh enough on him about like asking why did Alex Jones get banned, and how suddenly like am I gonna have to be the new alternative media because Twitter's not allowing Alex Jones? And like, fuck you, Joe Rogan, you used to be part of the alternative media, now you're just a shill because Twitter runs an ad on your show. That was very taken out of context and very misconstrued, and I would know because I've been listening to the Joe Rogan podcast, and I don't agree with everything Joe Rogan says, but I like how he provides a platform for people to come on and talk and get their ideas out, and he very clearly has people on there that he doesn't agree with, but he lets them talk. And the crazy thing is that Joe Rogan got it's like the second time he's had Alex Jones actually, and it was baffling. Alex Jones just could not stop his rants. But the point is that Joe Rogan got a lot of backlash for that episode for similar reasons that Armored Skeptic gave him shit for. And he addressed it and said, yeah, I should have pressed harder. I wasn't doing a very good job. The way that the Twitter CEO guy was talking to me, he was just very monotone and very like PR speak, and it kind of threw me off my game, and I had a bad. I haven't watched Sargon in a while. Angel, I don't know about that. We're talking about Armored Skeptic's video. Anyways, I didn't like the way Armored Skeptic made it out like Joe Rogan is a shill now, and that he's gonna have to take up the mantle of alternative media. That was very like self-aggrandizing from him and weird. And I don't think that he represented that situation well at all.
Might be it.
It is. I don't know what Dawn of Man is.
You didn't see the Skeptic? Oh. Yeah, it's that one about the conspiracy theory one. Yeah, I don't know what Dawn of Man is either. I don't even... Is it a movie, game, book? The flavor of Mountain Dew?
Video game, I'm guessing.
Mountain Dew, Dawn of Man. You can just drive that in, probably.
Gosh, shit, it lagged for like half a second. The game? Yeah, I don't know the game. I should probably stop reading chat so much. I just got dunked. Yeah, I mean, I like Armored Skeptic more than I like Joe Rogan, so that's why it's really weird for me to be defending him like this, but I really feel like he didn't give him a fair shake in that. And,
No!
Joe Rogan is specifically, like, addressing it. He's like, I heard your feedback, and I'm trying to fix it, and he's getting... He contacted Twitter guy again, and he's getting like the guy in charge of banning people, the guy that like runs that. He's gonna have that guy on the Joe Rogan podcast now. So Armored Skeptic's like, he didn't press him hard enough about why Alex Jones got banned, and because he's a shill now. And I was like, well, if you listen to the very next episode, he kind of apologizes for how things went, and he's rectifying it. I feel like that's fair. Even if you think he made a mistake, he's doing his best to correct it. Kind of jumped down his throat a bit there. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with outrage. Outrage is the name of the game today. In Twitter, in YouTube. Like, some of the most fun videos to talk about is when Sargon or Armored Skeptic or Chris Raygun presents something that's outrageous. It's ridiculous. Like, God, can you believe how stupid that was? That's what gets clicks. That's what makes the best comedy. That's what gets us talking about it later that night. So it's so fun when you come across something that is ridiculous and gets you outraged. It feels like they're trying to push that wherever they can, even if it's something that's not something that, like the whole Covington thing with the kids in the MAGA hats and the dude with the Native American dude with the drum. That was such a non-story, but people have to push the outrage both on the left and the right, and it kind of feels like that's what Skeptic was doing in this video, is like trying to make it sound like Joe Rogan was a bigger problem than he actually is.
What's up, Virus? How you doing?
Stolen valor? What does that mean? The Native American... Oh, the Native American in that story is stolen valor. What does that mean?
I don't have much to say about the Joe Rogan thing because I tuned that part out. I didn't really care. I was like, it's his fucking podcast. I don't give a shit what he asks him.
Yeah, that's what's weird is that it felt like he was like, Joe Rogan didn't do it how I would have. It's like, it's his podcast. He can ask him whatever questions he wants. It's the same complaint I have with Dave Rubin, is that, like, I don't like the way he deals with some of his guests, but it's his show. He can do what he wants.
Bye, Beep. Love ya. Have fun.
Bye, Beep. Enjoy your shopping tomorrow. Get yourself something nice from me.
Oop. I just tried to go behind him. He doesn't have that. I don't have any boost.
I don't think it really matters a whole lot if that Native American guy is a war hero or whatever. If that's what you guys are talking about. I don't know anything about that.
Some hippie ass hobo. Alright.
Some hippie ass hobo. He's not really Native American.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't believe that guy is Native American. Is that so? That's just something. That's just a conclusion you come to. That's not like something you've seen. You just don't believe that he's Native American. Does that really change the story that much? I mean,
yeah, I don't think.
Is there anything to that whole event that actually matters?
I don't think that changes the story at all.
I think the only thing that really matters is that a bunch of people doxed those kids because they're assholes. Even though I personally think that the kids were misbehaving a bit, but as I said initially, like, they're kids. I don't have any. If anything, they handled themselves more maturely than I expected them to, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're just wearing MAGA hats because it gets a rise out of people.
That's hard to say. I mean, they seemed conservative, right? They were at the place to protest abortion rights and stuff like that, and they were belonging to like a
those kids there were specifically there to protest. I thought they were on a field trip.
Yeah, a field trip to like protest or whatever abortion rights from their school.
Who does
or something like that?
Field trip protesting? I guess a
Catholic school.
I guess if any school would, it'd be a Catholic school.
I think still,
that's still run by the people of the Catholic school, the ones who decided the field trip would be for protesting abortion rights, not the kids themselves.
Oh! Whew. Oh my god! That was good. Look at this. Boom.
Wow. That was nice. That was nice. That wasn't even my main point, because I just threw out that, like, I wouldn't even be surprised if they don't really care that much about politics. They're just wearing the hats because they know it pisses people off. But, you know, they very well could be conservative for all I know. And whatever, you know, it doesn't really matter.
At the end of the day, what the story was two fucking groups were shouting at each other on the street. Well, one guy was beating a drum, and the other people were just standing there, and the kids were acting like assholes. Because they're fucking kids. And
yeah, a lot of the kids were jumping in and like shouting stuff, but who gives a shit? They're kids.
There was another group that was shouting stuff too, and they hardly got media coverage. The Black Israelites, like, they were fucking shouting.
Those guys were way worse.
And they're being assholes, but they were actually trying to provoke violence.
Mm-hmm.
They were like telling a kid, "Yeah, could ride a skateboard around me and beat your ass," and shit like that. Like, fuck off.
That got coverage because of the MAGA hats, which is why I was bringing that up.
Yeah, the MAGA hat versus a Native American standing there. It became this, like, national, like, symbol thing almost. This, like, political symbol that the media could use.
The reason I was bringing up the MAGA hats thing is because, like, if you're pissed off because you saw that as a bunch of white Trump supporters being dicks to a Native American, it's like, you know, they might have just been wearing those hats because they know that that's the kind of rise they can get out of you. Like, you're allowing yourself to be manipulated by a fucking hat.
And I don't even think they weren't specifically being a dick to that Native American. They were just, the Native American was out there chanting, doing shit, and he just walked up to him, and they just started to stand and stare at each other, and the group started to rile up because they're fucking high school kids.
The one kid was just doing like a smug grin, but there were kids like around him that were like jumping and shouting and shit. And again, I don't care.
Yeah,
they didn't assault him, and they, as far as I could tell, didn't even like insult him. Like, if they were throwing like, racial slurs at him, you know, maybe you've got something. But they honestly didn't do anything out of bounds. They were just kind of, they're acting like dumb teenagers, like all teenagers do.
And the Native American approached them too. Like he kind of initiated the thing, and like. Smug grins are hate-motivated violence. Yeah, smug grins don't mean anything. It's a smug grin, and like people have resting bitch face. Like that doesn't mean anything. Wow, guy left, or no, a guy came in. Never mind. I thought a guy left because of that.
What a dick! Decided to join this match.
I just heard Zeus get him, and
but the reason we're even talking about this is because people like to weaponize outrage. It's a thing. It gets clicks, and you know, I just want to be careful that the YouTubers I'm watching aren't doing that too much. Just like relying on outrage. Like, I don't want to be emotionally manipulated, I guess, for views.
right.
Like, if it's an important topic to discuss, then yeah, but if they're bringing it up just because they know it'll get a rise out of me, not because it's actually important, that's a bit shittier. God,
I think that's a kind of a good point too, because he was emotionally roused up in that video about Joe Rogan, which could potentially manipulate you into thinking of like a truth, or that's the entire situation, or whatever. Just like a conspiracy theorist could with their videos to convince people of information.
outrage is rampant, and it's definitely on both sides. 100% equally both sides. There's no victimless side here.
Not even both sides, every side.
Yeah.
Besides like neutral, and even then there might be very like emotionally neutral people, I don't know.
Skeptic can be big-headed too and criticize too hard. And that's the thing, is that for the most part I agree with him, but there's been a couple of things. That one, and then the one where he complained about Bill Nye's Netflix show. He kind of did a poor job of that. And this is not me saying that I think Bill Nye's transgender episode was good, but Skeptic's criticism of it was not well done. It was very poorly made. Oh, what a shot. No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it hurts.
I tried to become wall and shove it in. It didn't work. I saw his vid on it, and I don't remember. I remember him being fired up about some shit, but...
Damn it. Both sides are pissed that they didn't get... Yeah, I would not say that was a good episode of television. I don't think anything from his show was good, but that episode wasn't exactly, like, full of scientific inaccuracies from what I can tell either. Yeah, the song is real cringy. That whole episode was a cringe fest from start to finish. That can't be denied, but Skeptic was acting as if he was like lying to people, and it was like he was so fucking angry about it. There's a difference between like that was cringy and poorly produced and like vitriolic. And acting like Bill Nye had betrayed him individually. and just Skeptic got a whole bunch of things wrong as well. Anyway, let's talk about something more fun.
I got launched into the net there. It was great. That was fun.
I was having a really hard time with this one boss in Hollow Knight. And I remembered that later on, you get this ability where you can kind of place down like a warp spot, and then you can just kind of warp to it. So the point is that the boss was tough, but manageable. It was really the run to the boss was a real pain in the ass. I just skipped it until I can get the ability that lets you warp, so I can basically every time I die I can just warp straight to the boss and skip all the boss, all the enemies on the way to the boss.
A nice Ferore's wind, one might say.
Oh, I don't know what that is, but I think you're right.
That's an Ocarina of Time. You can set it in a dungeon in a room and it'll warp you back to that room.
So that really saved my sanity when I remembered that, because it was starting to break me.
God, I really hope I beat those two bosses in Bloodborne today, because I probably will. Because if I don't beat it, I'll like summon somebody to help me beat it.
You sound like you're pretty much at the end of your rope with that game.
Yeah.
Patience has run out.
It's entirely the blood vial. Like it's all because of the blood vial grinding.
That's really sad.
And I guess partly because I don't want to like pound my head against the boss on too many streams. But
and the environment itself, you were getting pretty sick of the samey environments.
Yeah.
Although the DLC did break that up pretty nicely.
Again, I have more color too on everything. Not even samey environments. The color palette was dull.
I can't read fast enough in between Rocket League.
Yeah.
I saw a channel that draws things. You know what? We're winning 5-1. Who gives a shit? Watch a channel that draws things they don't know about, like Resident Evil bosses they've never seen. That sounds hilarious. Pokemon from memory. Yeah, that sounds really funny.
I've wanted to do Pokemon from memory.
I saw a thing, they asked people to draw Bicycle from memory, and it was hilarious how bad the drawings were. So I can imagine, like, fantasy creatures. Oh, they drew the final evolutions. I kind of don't want to see any final evolutions because the last starter group that I saw were so much better than what the real final evolutions turned out to be. It kind of ruined it for me. Like, it's never going to live up to the predicted ones. Those were so much cooler.
I feel like, man, I don't know. There's a lot of like harsh reactions to Pokemon designs, right? They'll see a Pokemon design and they'll be
Yeah.
like, "That's stupid," and I feel that I'm like a lot more lenient on that shit. But I don't know. I feel like I'm a lot more lenient and on things in general. But like when I see a shitty design or whatever, I'm like, oh, I mean, it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's more if it's a Pokemon I don't like, I never think about it again. It doesn't. I don't care about it. So it was more of like a disappointment thing. Like, oh, but these other ones really captured my imagination, and now I'm not going to see them in a game. You know, whereas like now and the new ones I don't care about. So
Yeah. You think that Game Freak wouldn't make some of them? I can kind of see that.
definitely translated that to girlfriend. I was like, your girlfriend would never.
I had to translate it for a minute in my head. I was like, I don't. What is that? Oh yeah, Game Freak. I saw God Shepherd, dude. Look at that, Justin Special from the
Justin
AI.
Special from Shepard. Get more points than you and I put together, ×2.
I saw a really good final of the grass one. Shepard, fuck off. Shepard, score it. Shepard.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. AI.
wow. I've yet to touch the ball, and AI has 2 goals.
Oh. Oh. Computing has come so far. Oh. Probably pulled my eye way too much for me. Whoop, Shepard's trying to figure it out. Shepard ain't got that.
He's going for boost.
But like, I don't know, when I think about that every single Pokemon, like, if each Pokemon is somebody's favorite, like, it makes me feel a lot better about the designs too. Like Trubbish. Everyone always fucking shits on Trubbish, but then there was a dude online that's just like, I really like Trubbish. He's my favorite. I'm just like, oh, like, I mean, at the end of
mad about a Pokemon design, I never use this, but like, that's actually fucking entitled. Like, I hate when people call others entitled, but that one, holy shit. Because that's acting like you deserve good Pokemon designs.
Yeah, also, like, they're not going to appeal to everyone. Like, there's so many.
Yeah, that's my point. Is like, you're owed something you think is good.
Yeah, sorry Game Freak didn't consult you before they made the design.
Tiger Wrestler makes you mad?
I mean, I don't want more firefighting, and he was basically a pseudo firefighting, but like, again, people like him a lot. Like, I'm not
There's
even.
a difference between not liking it and like actually getting angry.
And I like him in Smash, which is weird, because I don't really like him, but in Smash I'm like, yeah, he's pretty cool. I would have rather had Decidueye, but Decidueye was in Pokken, so I can see why they didn't do it.
Alright, so the firefighting thing, that's like an actual gameplay thing. That's like, I don't like the direction that's a game design thing,
Yeah,
more than the
kinda.
Pokemon itself.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, it depends, because he just
If you're
looks
saying-
like a fighting.
If you're saying the reason you hate him is because you had so many firefightings already.
But he isn't fighting. He just looks like fighting.
Oh, come on! Yeah, when you said you hate him, I knew it was like I dislike it, not that you're literally like shaking with anger.
But there's people who literally say like,
Yeah,
God,
those are the people.
Nintendo designs are so shitty. They should just stop. It's like, what? People like the designs.
Only the original
though.
150 are any good.
Yeah. Oh, 151 something?
Sorry.
God, get educated.
Literally shaking.
Gen 1ers, man. There was a great video about... Nah, I went too far, fuck! I was trying to shoot at that corner because that guy was over there, but...
I'm actually not the biggest fan of Incineroar, to be perfectly honest.
Damn. Yeah, you know, he's not my favorite.
I'm not a fan of wrestling, so that's part of it.
Yeah, that's definitely part of it. I don't like that he too also has a championship belt on, just like Machoke and Machamp. But it's cool that his is made out of fire, while Machoke's and Machamps are literally like somehow growing a part of their flesh or some shit. Oh! Yeah.
Get up there. Get up off of that thing.
Oh, teammate, no. Not a good decision.
I really wanted to go for it there.
I don't have that. It's a lot of unnecessarily two-legged Pokemon, and that's the weird thing that's like coming from a furry. Yeah.
You know, it's funny you bring that up, the whole like getting mad thing, because I was disappointed and maybe bordering on upset, I would even say, about Pokemon Go and like not having trainer battles and all that kind of shit, and just so many problems with Pokemon Go. And what's crazy now is that Olivia's playing it nonstop because she got that phone for Christmas. I was like,
Yeah.
you know, you can download Pokemon Go on that. She's like, on this phone? I was like, hell yeah, you can. And she loves it. She's constantly talking about the Pokemon she got. So it's like, you know, I can be upset because it doesn't match the kind of Pokemon game I like, but it's clearly been like a magical experience.
Yeah.
For someone that I care about. So how mad can I really be about their decisions?
I was upset about it too, but it was mainly because I was just like, man, I want to play it, but I won't enjoy it. So
yeah, again, the difference between disappointed and upset.
and then Let's Go, I was upset, but then I was like, well, I mean, they're still coming out with Gen 8, so I guess I don't really care. Like, it's a...
Yeah, it's something you have to realize as you get older. It's like not everything is for you, and you have to be you have to be okay and like happy for people that do find enjoyment out of things that you don't like.
Like Rocket League, you know, it's not really for me.
There are people dumb enough to actually like the Transformers movies. It's just you just have to accept it.
The cinematic masterpieces that are the Transformers movies.
That's one word to describe them. You know the really funny thing about that, because you know I'm just giving you shit.
Except for the Bumblebee movie, because that movie's dumb.
It is okay. The really funny thing is that I like went and saw the first Transformers movie like 3 times in the movie theaters. I'm sitting here acting like some kind of movie snob elitist, and I fucking loved the first one. I thought Megan Fox was hot. I thought the robot action was sick as fuck. I thought the jokes were funny. I look back at it now and I kind of don't agree with any of those things now, but there was a time when it hit a sweet spot for me. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, I almost schooled them all. No.
I wish that sequel to Pacific Rim was better. It looks like absolute garbage.
Megan Fox is still hot. I don't like her anymore.
It really depends. There's that scene where she's there's that scene from that movie like Jennifer's Body or something where she's kissing that other actress. That's pretty hot. But like in a vacuum, like if you sucked her into a vacuum, I don't know.
One of Hat Films is memes that kind of ongoing like inside things is vac. It's called vacking, where it's like a sexual fetish where you like put somebody into a bag and then vacuum seal the bag, but they can like they still have a tube to breathe.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And so they call it vacking. So they had a hashtag VacTrot. One of the guys' name's Trot. But no, I don't like Megan Fox because like she got the lip surgery to make her lips all big, and I don't like big lips.
That's a good point. She
That's
was
something I
hotter during that movie than she is currently.
The second movie,
is fair.
between the first and second movie, she inflated her lips, and I enjoyed her in the first movie. I was like, yeah. I don't like big lips.
Son of a bitch. Oh my god, that scene where she's like leaning over the cars. The car's like engine. Yeah, big lips is not for me. No thank you. It baffles me that that's like something they intentionally, ladies want to do, is to make them bigger. Like Angelina Jolie's lips.
Yeah. Ooh.
She, like, I'm not saying she's ugly, but I do not like the big lips.
I just I like nice little petite lips, you know?
It's so cute, isn't it?
Yeah. Fuck, that bounced way faster than I thought it was gonna.
Terrible person in real life? Oh yeah. There's,
You wish?
There's plenty of people that I don't approve of that I've found attractive. I mean, Ashton.
Liking small lips is compensating for what big penis is?
Yeah, our penises are so big that we're like, we need lips to be smaller.
Yeah, so they can stretch them out wider? I don't know how that would work.
This lore is not coming together very well.
Yeah, this... Angel, I wish your lips weren't bigger.
I wish that you didn't feel bad about your lips, I guess. That's what I would wish. I wish everyone didn't feel shitty about themselves.
I wish your
That's
lips
all.
were smaller. Actually, I wish you'd get rid of your lips.
That would be the best, if you could just not have lips at all.
Yeah.
No, hashtag no lips. No feet, no lips. And don't put your lips on feet either.
Actually, the flesh, you know how your lips are kind of like the inside of your mouth flesh?
Give me that sentence one more time.
It's like the flesh that's like inside of your mouth. That's like not skin, but it's still like I'm not a endocrinologist. I don't fucking know. I don't even know what an endocrinologist is, but I'm not one of them. Like what I'm saying is I want all of that flesh that's in your mouth and whatnot and around it to just be replaced with regular skin. I want the inside top of your mouth regular skin. Maybe
I
grow a
want
little
all
hair
the
off of
flesh
it.
in your mouth replaced with regular skin. I feel like that could be a quote. I want all the flesh in your mouth replaced with regular skin.
With
That
that note,
sounds like somebody is chewing on flesh.
with the endocrinologist studies endocrine systems and diseases and stuff, like skin in your mouth diseases.
Epidermist? Epidermiology. That's scary.
Yeah. I got a perb. I have to pee.
Oh shit, we haven't peed yet.
What was the quote, son, bro?
I wish all the flesh in your mouth would be replaced with skin. I think is how it went.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I mean, if it's not good enough, then we don't need to add it.
No, I mean, it's, you know, you read it and you go, wait, what the fuck were they talking about? It's kind of the point of quotes.
Yeah.
You lost the words too soon. I wish all the flesh inside your mouth was replaced with, I think I said regular skin.
You know, everybody's got something about themselves that they don't think is attractive that they wish they could change. And for some of us, it's like more than just one thing. But
My poop's real gross.
yeah. And your feet?
Yeah.
I saw something one time that I thought was really wholesome. That was like, if there's stuff about yourself that you don't like, instead of thinking like I don't want to change it, just realize that you're not your type. Like you're not attracted to yourself specifically.
What if I am, though? And I'm mad about
I
it.
just said if there's something you don't like about yourself, then you're not your type.
Yeah, but what if I am my type? And I'm mad that I'm kind of ugly. I'm like, I wish I was more
How can you
attractive.
be your type and think you're ugly.
No, not totally ugly. Just that part of me's ugly. You know, it's like.
Then
When
that's one thing about yourself that you're just not a fan of, but maybe someone else is.
When you're like, I wish my
These are the
significant.
lies that I tell myself as I go to sleep every night.
Like, I wish my
maybe
Go.
maybe one day I'll find someone whose type is ugly people. Like, yeah, there could be people out there that think ugly people are attractive.
Like, what? Why does my spouse have feet? It's real gross.
Yeah, I mean that's on your spouse. That they should know better.
Why haven't they got that fixed yet?
There's only so much someone can tolerate. Quintessential quintuplets sounds like one of those, like, oh my god, they've got 4 kids, and it turned their lives upside down. And-
5.
Oh, my bad. Math was not my first language. So, if it is one of those shows, I can tell you, I have zero interest in watching it myself. But if you'd like to present some of the more amusing aspects, I'd love to hear that. Nah. Okay.
Was that an anime? It's a rom-com. Is it an anime? Wait, who's getting romantically involved here? Exactly.
And what is the situation with the flesh in their mouths?
Yeah. How many feet do they have between them? Yeah, it's an anime. Oh.
Okay. I was definitely thinking it was one of those shows where they like follow around a family with some strange thing.
Yeah.
Like a midget married a tall person. Whoa!
What? How does that work? That can't work. Come on.
Yeah, being an anime, I'm already like 80% more on board.
Yeah, me too. Make anything an anime, I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll consider it.
Show about horses.
Then, well, you know, there's limits, right? That horse girl anime, no, you know, if I could find that studio and maybe, I don't know, erase it from history, go back in time and kill whoever founded it.
Yeah, like boxing isn't really like one of my passions, but when it was like anime boxing where they got metal arms, yeah, I was like, all right, I'm a little more interested now.
These quintuplets are failing at high school, So their dad hire a high school student to tutor them. Whoa! What happens next? You like the horse girl anime?
I don't hate horses, and I do like centaurs. So I'm on board. I know you were asking Ashton, but actually, really, I like centaurs.
I don't like centaurs.
I didn't think you would. That surprises me absolutely zero.
I like the human part of them. It's a horse girl anime. It's like a derby. They're like girls with like horse ears, and they do the horse racing.
I'm okay with a lot of animal combinations. I don't think horse is one that I would be down for when it comes to like cute anime girls.
And to be fair, it's not much like horse about them, but in principle, I'm against it. You know.
Also, oh my god, I'm just disconnected. Packet lost.
Yeah, you were driving in one direction there.
There's a lot of anime girl combinations I like, but horse is not one of them. Have you seen those like baby centaurs, where it's like the bottom half is like, you know, like what is that, a foal when it's a baby horse?
Yeah.
They're like, they can like walk around, but like the top half is just like a fucking baby.
I have not, but that sounds funny.
Like, oh shit, that's right. Like babies are way more underdeveloped than baby horses are. A baby centaur would be pretty fucked up. Ah, why? Why did they have to not only save it, but clear it really well? Why can't they suck more?
You see that made the horse girls actually send a warning to artists not to lewd the horses?
I didn't quite hear that.
The studio sends warnings to artists saying don't lewd the horses. You lewd everything.
Yeah, that's gonna stop it. The Japanese mafia owned the horses? What does that have to do with being looted?
Yeah, what is it?
I'm a little confused. I might have missed a sentence somewhere.
I know Yoko Taro told people that, hey, if you have 2B lewds, send them to me, please, because I like them. He's the...
That's what I'm talking about.
He's the, near guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess there's something about the Japanese mafia that I am
I was trying to avoid you.
That's alright, I wouldn't have gotten it anyways. Yeah, you'll have to enlighten me about the Japanese mafia and their connection to looting horses.
Looting horse anime girls.
You know, the mafia in The Godfather left a horse head in that dude's bed as like a warning sign.
Was it? Did it have tits though? Like
the horse head was severed?
Yeah, but were the tits included?
I'm not sure if the horse had tits to begin with.
Oh.
The horses are prized possessions of the mafia.
Mafia's real fucked up. Now that just I was a little on the fence about them, but until you said that, I realized that they are a messed up.
Yeah, that might be a bridge too far now. I might have to rethink my mafia alliance now. After all those Yakuza games you played too.
Yeah, I play Yakuza. I don't know if I'm gonna have to burn something in a fire here. Let's see. Do I have a Yakuza game around here I can take my ink out on? Is it on my floor? Are my Yakuza games on my floor? Probably.
Is there something posted in pics? Oh shit! I'm on kickoff. No.
Okay, I don't know where my Yakuza games are.
I've come very close to a couple of kickoff goals. Have you given any thought to replacing the slippery nut something else?
No. It's become a staple almost of the channel now. The people expect it. But maybe if more people come in, but
Because I feel like I'm probably going to be using the new one way more than the slippery nut. But that's fine. It's all good.
I can't. It's too high. I didn't know what to do. Yeah, and I know Angel and like Mifa want the no feet to be the second emote, but like I feel like that's like gonna be used less. You know what I mean?
I disagree. I think there are multiple times where I wanted to use no feet but didn't have it. And I feel like I only use Slippery Nut as like a way of showing that I have sub from you.
I mean like people using it in other people's channels as like a general thing. It's very, very like contextual. It doesn't like portray that much emotion, and people don't necessarily look at it and go, hell yeah, I want that emote. As opposed to like something with a facial expression. People like their facial expressions, or they're like
I do think it's like amusing, the nut like slipping like that. I do really like that. I just felt like I haven't used it a whole lot. And every time you bring up feet, I want to use the no feet one.
There's
the only context I ever use slippery nut is like when you literally say the word nut. But now we're gonna have a nut that's like blushing, and the blushing is gonna be great because there's plenty of times where I can think of like there's someone might be blushing.
For the slippery nut, I use it for like sexual things. Like literally,
Yeah,
like
I feel like I want to use the blushing one for sexual innuendo type stuff. Like ooh, the nuts blushing. But you know, if you're happy with it, I'm not trying to change your mind. I was just curious.
the one nut I'm having trouble with because it's mouth. I can't get its mouth right.
Oh yeah, the mouth can give you a lot of trouble with the nut.
Yeah, when you're trying to make the nut.
Especially when the lips are too big.
Actually, there's no lips at all. That might be the problem.
Not enough lip.
Because like unfortunately, pink blends in with brown real easily at a distance. Like this like kind of dull fleshy pink or inside of mouth color. So I have to think like, well, do I want to change the mouth's color? Like this guy's not wiggling. No.
Critics.
I also don't know how to move the tier 2 emote to a tier 1 emote. So that's also a problem.
That's fine. If you've made up your mind, I'm not gonna.
Because I looked today to see if I can move it, and I couldn't figure it out. Oh, you dicks.
What about a no feet command then? Would you be open to that?
Yeah, that's fine.
That was a good shot. I don't know what it would do.
Yeah, I don't know what it would do either.
Like a voice or some kind of
Sound clips are always
message.
Good. But I don't have an anti-feet sound clip, you know?
Yeah, I'm just spitballing here. Spitting on some feet.
How is that guy still in the match?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, he's moving now. Okay.
Might actually see a mousy post points update.
Yeah, oops. Fucked up.
Angel, you got any ideas on a no feet command?
There are feet emojis that you could have. And like the knot symbol is probably also an emoji. But people can only see it if they have the emojis on their computer. Some people don't have emojis on their computer or device. Usually on cell phones you do, but... Oh, he has 4 points now!
Damn it.
Psionics, what the fuck, man? Our meme's dead. You killed our meme!
The mousy meme is long dead.
Some nice speed core for you.
Get the fuck out of my way.
It's a me, Gobadio.
I need to
Wahoo!
use that one.
That's his music.
When did you come up with "It's a me, Goodbye"? And how long have you been waiting to pull that shit out?
I think I said it the other day on stream.
Wow, the other day. Shit, I still haven't looked at this. Oh, she posted this centaur. Yeah, I've seen that one.
Is it a baby centaur?
Yeah, she posted that one and the other one.
I like the human centaur or whatever, where it's like human on top and human on bottom. So it just... Angel posted that a long time ago. I remember that. That was good.
Beep.
You know another thing I don't like? Babies.
I'm not the biggest fan either.
People always like, that baby's so cute. Like when the baby performs an action of like, I don't know what kind of action, but there's some actions that they perform that I'm like, all right, that's kind of cute. But most other times I'm like, God, you're just a fucking man. You're just a squished human.
Especially like real early, like the first couple days early. There's like, oh god.
You're crying yourself. You're funny looking. You're shitting yourself. Like
people r/all complain about baby posts. They're like, you're not gonna compete with kittens and puppies. It's not even gonna come close.
Yeah, like lack of fur really.
Yeah, babies grow more fur.
Yeah, if babies had fur, I'd probably be into it more.
That sounds fucking awful.
That's probably a quote.
That sounded fucking terrible.
I don't have that.
I'd be into it more. I have no boost. I was trying to clear the way for you.
I was just hoping somebody would run into me and pinch it.
Shit.
The song's great. I love this song, Angel. You like it too.
There was a kid yesterday at work that was screaming about wanting to look at the toys the entire time they were doing self-checkout. Yeah, some kids are fuckers.
Yeah. Just like, and you know, this is a kid being a kid, and this is why I hate them. The very not capable of logical reasoning, like a drunk person.
Yeah, you can't have a conversation with them. They're boring as hell.
And like when they have alcohol, they just don't. Man, they're not.
Oh, it's the worst.
They don't respond very well. Trying to talk to them about taxes and shit, and you're just like,
come on, kid, hold your liquor.
You do like it when kids ask you about your lip ring. You're influencing them, Angel. You're turning them into bad people. Says the
Oh my
man
God,
with gauges and an industrial.
There's that girl whose name was Angel. Ah, melt my heart, please.
I hate when kids ask about vaping, though. It's like one of my least favorite things. Yeah, what about this vaping? And you know that it's like entirely influenced by like the kids at school think it's cool and all this shit, and you're like, man, like, you know that you're an adult, and if you tell a kid that like, no, this shit's actually not cool, it's stupid, they're gonna be like, yeah, whatever, you're just an adult.
You're not with it anymore.
And you're just like, but it is.
What a square.
You're putting this value on something that doesn't fucking matter. You just end up going to work every single day, and like, and then you like get cancer and you die. It sucks.
Those are the lessons they won't learn until they're older. You can't. There's some lessons you really can't impart when they're still young.
Yeah. Just like sex too. Like kids will be like, oh my god.
You can't impart that until they're older. You know.
I mean, a couple teenagers having sex. Come on, world. John Twitch, please. Like they talk about it. They're like, oh, like, have you ever had sex before or whatever? You're like, man, don't talk to me about this shit. You just live your life. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. God, it's so crazy, but that's like one of the best pieces of advice. Is just don't fucking worry about everyone else. Just live your life. Because that's something that...
Ah, shit. I fucked it.
Lucky bastard. I could have stolen that. I've heard that one. They say teenage pregnancy drops sharply after you turn 20.
The one of the other things it was like a global warming joke thing. It was like, you know, I don't really care about global warming because I'm saving the world for my kids, but not for my kids' kids, because I don't think kids should be having sex.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Oh. I don't have that. I am officially brain dead.
Yeah, premarital sex usually drops after people get married.
Yeah.
I really want to start that song over again. That was good. No, I want to touch the ball. I haven't touched the ball. I want it. I want it.
Oh, nice one, teammate. I love you. SB3, I remember you, I think.
Always on a loss.
I remember him in Rumble, I think, actually. He was really good.
We probably could have done some games, but oh well.
Yeah, probably.
We'll get to it next time. We were having fun with the chitting and the chatting.
The chits. Oh my god, we're so close to quote number 69. I hope it's good. They're usually about sex, though, so.
Alright, well. Get in that booty.
Gotta get in that booty, Born. Gotta get ready for that final boss. And then if I finish the game within like 20 minutes, I guess I'll like switch to Hyrule Warriors or something. Like, I don't know. I could do a Chalice dungeon, but I don't really care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like once you see credits, you're gonna toss that game in the garbage.
I'm gonna be emotionally done. Move on with my life. Never call her back. I hate this skin. The skin on my car looks like shit.
I hope you have a good time, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. I'll see you in chat.
I'll see you in chat.
Alright. Time to BRB for some brubgeborn. Angel, do you want to hear my favorite dubstep song ever? Brunchborn. That's way past brunch. Here, don't look at my screen. Yes, okay. I'll play it. I have to find it first. I gotta look through my list. I've for a long time wanted you to hear it, but I forgot to like give it to you. So now I can force it upon you. I don't really like how I said that phrase. Where the fuck is it? I know how to find it. I just type letters. Don't give me the bloom. Wow, this song's nuts. There it is, I found it. Okay, now it's time for BRB. Isn't this MDK Electric Buzz? It might be, yeah. That's in my list. That other song might be Kobario. That's also in my list. Yeah, that first one was Electrobuzz for sure. But that new song was Kobario. Alright, BRB.